Hey everyone, this is Stelly with Closer, and today I want to talk about the wasteful, aka the lazy hustle. I'm going to share a little story with you, and I hope that there's lots of lessons in there for all of you out there that think that you are hustling, working really hard, that you're really somebody that's pushing for greatness in the world. So I received an email a few days ago from a young man that described himself as a hustler, somebody that's a go-getter, somebody that's working incredibly hard, somebody that's going to rule the world one day. And he sends me a cold email offering to become a co-founder of his new venture, right? So he tells me, Stella, I watch all your videos. I love your hustle. I would apply for a job, but to be honest, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to work for you. I want to work with you. I believe in making your heroes your peers. So here's my offer. I have this crazy idea. You get the chance to be a co-founder. Let's build this thing together. Now, I'm not going to go into the detail of the idea, but it was not something that I was instantly impressed by. Not to say that that's the ultimate criteria for what makes something a great business or not. I've been wrong before many, many times. But a cold email to me from somebody that has no track record in starting a business or running a business, that has no really marketable skills at this point as far as I can discern. He shared some of his past experiences, and he's not a salesperson, he's not a marketer, he's not a coder, not a designer. He has no money, he's really young and inexperienced. I don't really know what he brings to the table other than his passion and his self-belief and his juspa of sending me that email, right? So he pitches me this thing really, really hard, and I reply in kind and tell him I appreciate the hustle, I appreciate his passion, but right now I'm not interested in starting a new business with somebody I don't know in an area I'm not excited about. And I got my hands full running my own business and doing all the other ventures that I'm involved with. So thanks, but no thanks, right? But best of luck. And he replies back to me, just basically trying to sell me on this, but with nothing to sell. Like, he basically just tells me that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And, do you really want to be the guy 10 years from now that's going to have to look back at this moment and say, you missed the multi-billion-dollar chance to change the world, and you're going to regret this your whole life, and this is your one more chance, Delia. And really, honestly, I appreciate the guts and the balls, metaphorically speaking, that it takes to be so confident, right? And I get it. I've been there before myself, maybe a little bit. But I sent him back and I told him, I'm happy to take that risk. Right? I have a million opportunities offered to me every single day, and I have to say no to a lot of them. I can't just say yes to everything in fear of missing out. That's not going to really trigger me. That's not what's driving me. So his pitch is completely unqualified, doesn't fit the prospect. He didn't really understand what motivates me. And although I appreciate the push, it's not going to be successful. But again, best of luck. The next email he sends me is one where he says, all right, you're missing out on this, but I need your quick advice. I've been thinking about Gary Vaynerchuk and maybe partnering up with him. Now, for those of you who don't know Gary, you should fucking know Gary. Gary is awesome. I have an interview with him. That's one of the best interviews I've ever done. Just typing Gary Vaynerchuk, V-A-Y. Just typing Gary Vay and then Stelly FD, and it'll pop up in YouTube. And we'll link up to this here in the video somewhere. But Gary Vaynerchuk is like, runs a business that makes hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, is an investor in some of the biggest tech companies in the world, is a best-selling author, is somebody who's very, very successful. And he was like, Stelly, I want to reach out to Gary Vaynerchuk. I want to partner with him and start this business, since I passed on it. And I know it's a long shot, but I really want to go for it. And I thought about taking a flight next week and going in front of his offices and just waiting there day and night until he walks in the door, and then shake his hand and pitch him to join my startup. Do you think Gary Vee would appreciate this because he would see the hustle and the passion and that I have what it takes? Or would it be a turnoff? What's your advice on this? And my reply to him was, I would channel my energy into something that's more productive. I don't know, I can't speak for Gary Vee, and it might be the right thing to do. But since you asked me for my advice is Gary might appreciate your hustle, but that's not going to make this a compelling offer to him. And what I would assume he wouldn't appreciate, or at least what I wouldn't appreciate if you just showed up in front of my building, is the wastefulness of it. Like you're taking all this energy, all this passion, all this jus pas, and you're channeling into something that's a lottery ticket. I don't want you to be channeling all your energy to buying fucking lottery tickets. I want you to channeling all that energy and passion and hard work and hustle into work and the work that's in front of you. And here's the deal. This is not the first person that does this. I've seen this many, many times. People that are, all hand waving, screaming, all self-belief with zero track record, thinking that the hardest working, most passionate people on this planet, thinking that they're the, type A hustlers out there that are actually lazy as fuck and are pointing all their energy into pipe dreams. I'm gonna cold call Bill Gates and start a software company with him. I don't know how to write software. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to market. I've never run a business before. I've never done anything of value in this world. I've never created anything before, but I'm gonna partner up with Bill Gates. I'm not saying that if you want to partner up with Bill Gates that that's impossible, because it surely isn't. Maybe not probable, but it is possible. Many improbable things, many unlikely things have happened in this world with people that had the ignorance, bliss, and energy to go for them, right? So I applaud that and I'm excited about that. But if you, all you've done is watch, motivational videos on YouTube, even if it's mine, and I appreciate it, and read blog posts on how to become a millionaire, if that's all you've done so far, the next step is not cold calling Bill Gates and trying to pitch him on your crazy fucking idea. That's not the next step. That's not, because what you're looking for is shortcuts. You're actually lazy. You're not hardworking. You're not hustling. Hustling means doing the grindy, dirty, unpopular, unfancy work it takes to get shit done. It means moving things in the world forward, truly making things happen. Well, what are you making happen? You're sending cold emails to people about nothing with no track record to sell them on some pipe dream. What you're doing is you're taking you think because you're so passionate, your lottery ticket has a better chance of succeeding, and it doesn't. Here's what I want you to do instead. Take all that energy, all that passion, all that juspa, all that grandiose vision of yours and put it to work today. Do something. Create something of value. Don't try to, find a shortcut to go from here into becoming a billionaire, or from here into partnering up and being a co-founder with somebody that has run multiple multi-million-dollar businesses. No, motherfucker. Go and partner up with somebody that's in the same situation as you and create something. Get a customer. Build a product. Make $1 today. Do something. Write a blog post. Don't pitch me on co-authoring a book with you if you've never written a single word in anything that anybody has ever given two shits about. Write a blog post. Write a tweet. Create value in the world right now and do the things that are within your reach. Once you've done a bunch of things that are within your reach, it's always good to stretch beyond that. I've been a big proponent of stretching beyond your comfort zone because that's where your growth lies. But stretching beyond your comfort zone to a level where you're not going to break, and to a level where you're not playing lottery, pipe dreaming, I've never done anything. I'm 10 years old. I don't know anything, but I'm going to cold email Bill Gates, and the cold email will just say, do you want to start a company with me? I'm sure I'm going to be the next Bill Gates. Don't you want to have shares in the company from the next Bill Gates? That's not fucking compelling. That's stupid. I'm sorry, right? It is stupid. It's a stupid pitch. So don't do that. Take all that passion, that hustle, and channel it into something productive and reach beyond your comfort zone. Maybe you want to reach out to somebody that's a bit more successful than you, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of you. Maybe eventually, once you've created enough success, you can start doing business with people that are 5 steps ahead of you. But you cannot go from 0 to $1 billion in one single step by sending somebody that has everything to offer to you and you have nothing to offer in return an email or a pitch, or even showing up in front of their office shaking their hands. You think what you have to offer is your passion, is your self-belief, is your hard work. Oh, I'm going to work harder than anybody has ever worked before for Gary Vee. No, you're not. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're not. You're not the hardest fucking working person in the world. You know how I know? I know because you have not done anything yet. You have not created any business yet, not even a small one. You haven't wrote any blog posts. You haven't helped any people. You haven't started any nonprofit. You haven't done anything. That's why you're not working hard. Maybe you're busy, maybe you're thinking all day long, maybe you're sending all these crazy emails to people with no results. That's not hard work. That's lazy work. You're just lazy, motherfucker. That's what it is. And it's fine. I know, I can rant so passionately about it. Maybe you think, what the fuck have you ever done, Stelly? Honestly, man, I was once. Maybe not as fully as crazy, but close to it. There was a time where I had accomplished very little and I was reaching out way too far. When I arrived in Silicon Valley 10 years ago, when I sold everything I had back in Europe, bought a one-way ticket to Silicon Valley to start a business, I had grandiose ideas. I wanted to change the fucking world. I wanted to be best friends with Steve Jobs and Time Magazine Person of the Year within 12 months. And I had nothing to offer. I had a little bit of money in my pocket. I'd never built a technology business. I'd never built a business that had reached any kind of scale. I didn't speak the language. I didn't have a visa. I didn't have any friends. I'd never built a team. I've never raised any money. I knew nothing. And I believed I would change the fucking world within a year, and I didn't. I wasted 5 years of my life chasing this pipe dream instead of building my skills more to it. Now, those 5 years have helped me build successful companies past that, but it was the most wasteful time because my dreams were illusions. I could have changed the world. I had a true chance with that idea that I started to truly change the world and make a real impact if I had focused on one person at a time, on doing the things I was capable of and just stretching a little beyond it. And if I put my heads down and done the dirty work every single day versus dreaming about being Time Magazine Person of the Year. I've given a talk about this, of how Silicon Valley made me think small, and we'll link up to that because all those lessons are there for you to learn. I want you to do the work and truly become hardworking, hard hustling by doing things that truly matter and by attacking opportunities that are in front of you and not on other galaxies with no chances of you ever reaching them. That's not being a dreamer. That's being, a psychopath. That's being crazy. That's being mentally insane, right? You want Elon Musk wanting to go to Mars. That's an achievable goal. It's very hard to do. It's going to take everything he has and the world has, but it can be achieved. But if you've never done anything, if you just say, you know what, I'm going to build a little box in the next 3 weeks, and with that box, I'm going to travel to Jupiter, you're not a fucking visionary. You're stupid. And you're not hustling, even if you send 100 emails to Elon Musk. You're wasting his and your time. You're making the world a worse place. And I hate to be so critical and such a big asshole, but somebody has to say it. I want you to take that magic, that self-belief, that passion, and channel it in something today where you can make a difference. Don't try to change 1 million people's lives. Try to change one person's life today. Try to create one blog post. Don't try to write a book. Try to find one customer today for your idea. Help somebody else who's starting an idea to become more successful. Do something of value right now. That's how you become a hustler. And that's how your hustle and your energy is channeled into something productive. All right. I'm looking forward to hear from you. If you disagree with me or if you need more advice or more ass kicking, shoot me an email at stelly@close.io and I'll happily deliver. And if you disagree with me, bring it on. Let me know what you think. Let me know why that person with that email is doing all the right things and how I'm missing the point. I'd love to hear that. All right, that's enough of me. Looking forward to see more real hustlers doing real things today versus daydreaming about partnering up with Warren Buffett to start an investment fund when they're still in their pajamas and haven't done jack shit in their life. All right, let's go get them. Let's all do the work that is in front of us. Let's all create more value every single day. That's how we're going to change the world.